Now, it's perfectly understandable to want to learn French from the most genuine source possible, or at least the one you might perceive to be the most genuine, but it's not so simple. You might know that there are 4 countries in Europe where French is spoken as a native language. There's Belgium, Luxembourg, Switzerland, and of course there's France. But who's the odd man out? Well, there's only one where no second language is officially recognized and where monolingualism is not just the norm, it's the law. That's France. In Belgium, Luxembourg and Switzerland, growing up with multiple languages and cultures isn't exotic, it's normal. And from a very young age, you're exposed to street signs in different languages, and you hear other people speak languages that aren't yours. You're not just taught that otherness exists, you actually live it, and that shapes your brain, and it wires you for plurality and for perspective shifting. And if you end up teaching languages later on as an adult, that wiring matters, and it affects the way you frame your teaching and your worldview. Frankly, the best at it are the Luxembourgers. With their 4 languages embedded into the system, it's quite extraordinary to witness. They have French, English, German, Luxembourgish. The Swiss, they're a bit more divided between the communities, so not everyone speaks both German and French, but still, Italian is recognized in several cantons of Switzerland, and that's something that France has never done. You might imagine that German might have some kind of official status, a special status in Alsace, right on the eastern border in France, but no, it's French all the way, no exceptions. In Belgium you start learning Dutch around age 8, at least that's the way it was in my time, but in truth the exposure starts much earlier. And that does something to your mind. It gives you built-in flexibility, a cultural humility perhaps, and you learn to make the effort to understand the other, this otherness. So again, who's the odd man out? France. Beautiful country, rich culture, wonderful, love it, but monolingual with a vengeance. And if no one sees the irony in learning plurality from someone who grew up in singularity, let me spell it out for you. Yes, French kids take English in school, but it's rarely part of their real life. It remains academic, it's distant, it's other from their actual real life. Frankly, I've seen more French in America than I've ever seen English in France, at least in the public sphere. To be clear, I'm not saying that all teachers from multicultural backgrounds are automatically better, because that would be a flawed argument. There are good teachers in France also, but what I am saying is that perspective matters, upbringing matters, normality matters. So what is your point, Chris? My point is, just think about it.